A cafe owner in Quebec is facing off against the province's language watchdog. This is Petit Gamin in Gatineau. It's located in the Hull area, which is just on the border of Ottawa. And as you can see, all of its signage is in French, and so is its Facebook page. But its Instagram posts are in English. And Quebec's French language office has told the cafe it must switch to French or face possible consequences. The office sent the owner this letter saying she's in violation of the province's commercial publication laws, which requires businesses to have accessible signage in French. Gabrielle Sexton is the owner of the cafe, and she joins me now. So Gabrielle, tell us about this letter you got saying it received a complaint about your Instagram.
So essentially, someone contacted the office of the l'Office de la langue française, which is in charge of, I guess, policing all of these things, and lodged a complaint that our Instagram was only in English. And they sent us an email with a letter stating that we had to make the changes to specify it wasn't for us to make our Instagram in French only, but for the French to be available before the English, of course. And that we had to comply, and hopefully that would be done in a timely fashion.
So my understanding of the law, like I understand why your signage and why your menu and why your service would need to be offered in French. I had no idea this would have applied to social media, which is a virtual thing and not physically inside the province of Quebec. So were you surprised to see that you were maybe violating the laws here?
Yeah, we were surprised. It's especially since we operate in French, our staff speak French, everything else is French. The fact that they would feel the need to police social media for us is, it feels like a bit of an exaggeration of their powers. And as well, they, like, if you go on Instagram and any of our posts, there's always the translate button. So if someone is really having a problem understanding what we're posting, they can always have it translated in French at any point. So it's not withheld information for the French speaker. Do
you think it was someone who didn't understand what you were posting, or someone who's trying to make a point about what language you were posting?
Yeah, it's not. This is a personal thing. We feel that we know who made that complaint as well. At this point, it's just petty little things that people feel entitled to make a point about. So. I mean, it happened on us for this, but it's happened on other businesses for way less things in the past as well, so it's not really surprising.
So, look, we've seen some stories coming out of Quebec about businesses, music shops that sell all kinds of instruments who would have to translate all of the instructions to come with every little piece of equipment to French, and they may close up shop because it's too expensive to comply. This would not be a difficult thing for you to do because you do function in French and as it is, just not on your Instagram. So how did you respond to the letter? What are you going to do about this complaint and this warning from the language officer here?
Well, my initial response to the agent that sent me that letter was I wanted a detailed list of all the fines or reprimands that would happen with escalation to know what that would entail. And the response we got was as vague as the article that they used to tell us that we couldn't post. There's nothing concrete in it, and it's like maybe fines, maybe we end up in court. I don't think they really know what they're going to do with us at this point. And yes, it would be easy for us to just post in French and in English, but now it's become like kind of a thing of principle where we've kind of had it, and they're coming for the English-speaking, residents of Quebec, and we're feeling that it's crossing a line of scary territory. Like, what's going to be next? Are they going to prevent us from serving our customers in English when they're English-speaking, or where does it end? So we're happy to take a stand on this, and we'll see what we can do. We'll take it one threatening letter at a time.
Well, you responded by posting in German on Instagram, right? Yeah. I mean, what was the point of that? Just to protest it or what?
A bit, but also to show that even if our followers don't speak German, they can use that little button and get the translation and know what we're talking about. So I don't know. It's a non-violent process from our part, I guess.
So you understand the imperative to protect the French language inside Quebec, and you operate in French, as you say, though, because you're bilingual, we can have this conversation in English. Why is your menu in French, your business in French, your Facebook in French, but your Instagram in English? Why do you have this one platform that is not aligned with the way you operate in general?
Well, it wasn't a conscious decision in the first place. It's just, as a small business owner, we wear a lot of hats. We need to take care of everything, and like posting on social media is a huge time drain to do multiple pictures, multiple setups, multiple posts. And for simplicity, we just migrated the French post to the Facebook and then the English post to Instagram, because that's the data we were getting from both platforms. That more French people follow us on Facebook and more people follow us in English on Instagram. So for simplicity, that was just why we did it.
You say you're kind of doing nonviolent protests. I mean, your German Post and these other things that you've done. This can get really expensive, though, if you end up, in a legal battle with the government on something like this. So how far do you think you're prepared to go with this? I mean, do you think you would comply? How are your customers reacting? Where does this go?
Well, a lot of customers are supportive of us. Like, most of the people that follow us already know who we are. They know what we're about. They know what we do in the community. They know that we're not a threat to the French language. And I mean, I'm a French Quebecer from birth, it's nothing against the province, and it's nothing against the language laws. I support them. My stance is against the overreach of the government for stuff like that, and how damaging it is for a lot of businesses. And yes, it might go further. I mean, I'm sure some people will be happy to lodge false complaints just to be like that. But at the end of the day, we have some serious support. There's already like people wanting to start GoFundMes to pay our legal fees if we get there. So this is it's not a small issue right now. And at the end of the day, it's not even about language right now or Instagram. Right. It's about something bigger. And I think a lot of people are missing the point.
It's interesting. I'm no lawyer, but I'm curious about their ability to enforce this on a social media platform that would be seen outside of Quebec. I mean, physically, your operation is in Quebec, but this is marketing. This is on a server somewhere in California, probably. I'm curious to know where that goes. I don't know if you're going to take it that far, but I want to thank you for coming on and speaking to us about your challenges today. That's Gabrielle Sexton. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.